Sneakers, how we have those unpopular opinions or the questions that people really want to ask but maybe don't really ask you. Well, maybe we can venture there when it comes to money. It's your girl TJ back with another video, Talks with TJ, aka TJ Two Shoes Chains, Two Shoes Crew. What is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. And just for anybody asking, if you are curious, this is one of my favorite t-shirts of all time, and it's actually a scoop neck t-shirt from Alpha 4. Trust me, this is not sponsorship, this is not an affiliation. I simply love the brand. It was started by a female trainer, Evan Childs. You guys can actually check her out on IG. I'll probably link her below. But I know a lot of times we all are looking for higher quality items that we can either dress up, dress down, rock on the street, rock to the gym, and her scoop neck tees are one of them. So I have this in black as well. This is kind of like a mauve, so it is a nice fall color, especially if you do have some kicks that happen to have more of that sand brown corals in it. It's a great addition to your collection. But now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna try to keep this video short and just get to the point. We know that so many times you'll hear about those questions that nobody really wants to ask or those unpopular opinions. That's really trending all the time on Twitter, and I mean, I get a chuckle out of them every now and again. But when it comes to sneakers, it may be like, you know, the unpopular opinion, most of y'all really don't like ones, you just want to resell, or you're just about the hype. And if you're somebody that also has dunks in your collection, I feel like you definitely probably do like ones, or if you still have Air Force Ones in your collection, you could probably still have a liking to Jordan 1s. So we know that I have majority of Air Jordan 1s in my Jordan collection. But all of that aside, I'm just going to ask you sometime during this month just some basic questions related to money, and you definitely don't have to answer these in the comment section, but I think it's just to kind of get your mind working and to start you to think a little bit differently. So with this one, just quite simply put, do you save, and do you save every single month? And you may think this is a stupid question to ask. Like, why on earth did you ask this question? Of course, every single adult, anybody with some common sense is saving. But you kind of be wrong. Like 30% of Americans don't actually have a savings account. Like they don't have money to their name. Like I think it's a gross number. It's like 40% don't actually have $1,000 to their name in their bank account. So if something were to happen, you had to know. There was nothing you could do. You had to slap a grand down. You wouldn't be able to do it. And you may think like, well, that person just has to be bad with money. You don't necessarily have to be bad with money. You can simply be on hard times, have gone through a recent hardship. If you've shelled out a lot of money recently for anything, and I don't care, we're all adults, so life happens. You may then be down on your luck for a little bit, and your account may have dwindled, okay? So let's not just automatically assume that people are bad with money. And I think people may assume that because I tend to talk about money, oh, you must assume everyone's bad with it. No, statistics don't all the time lie. We do have to account for objective numbers. But I understand, and I want young people to understand that you do need to actually try and save every single month. That's why I asked the question, do you? Because if you don't, you may need to ask the question, why am I not saving every month? And sometimes there is that very hard look in the mirror you gotta take, because maybe you're not saving every month and you're like, I just don't have it. Okay, you don't have it. Have you eaten out this month? Have you bought something that you could live without? Have you bought a pair of sneakers? Because we all know we could live without those. If you've done any of those three things, it means that you could have saved and it just wasn't high up on your list of priorities. But you and I both know there's nothing worse than having car problems. There's nothing worse than when some kind of emergency happens and you have to shell out money that you weren't expecting to and you don't have it. And the worst thing that you could do is just run it up on a credit card. If you already don't have the money to pay for this emergency up front, you probably don't have the money to actually pay that credit card balance in full once it arrives, which means you're going to make the minimum payment and you're going to accrue interest. And it just becomes a vicious cycle that I wouldn't want you to go down if you don't have to go down. So I don't know if you're saving every single month. I hope you are. And if you are finding that it's difficult to save, like you feel like this, and this is a very common scenario that happens. You attack a month, you're very diligent, you're very disciplined, and your savings starts to go up. And you're like, yes, I did not buy sneakers, I didn't buy clothes, I didn't go out to the club, I didn't go out to eat. Like you were on it. And let's just say you saved $500, $600, $700 that month, and you were like, you sitting up here like this, like you're feeling good. And then everything that could go bad that next month goes bad. You either got to get new tires, Your winter coat, like winter is pretty much here already. Okay, I get Game of Thrones is done. Winter is pretty much here. So your winter coat is just shot for whatever reason, or you lose it or something happens, and now you got to go buy a decent winter coat, especially if you live in the Midwest or even worse, like the Chicago or the New England area. You have to have a very, very good insulated winter coat. Any number of things can happen, and they all tend to just go on down the line, and you don't get a break. So that $700, let's say that you save for the month, it's gone. It's instantly gone, and you are defeated. You feel depressed. You feel like, I took 2 steps forward and I got knocked back 7. So what's the point? Like, why do I even bother? That is why a lot of times people turn to credit cards. They'll think, why even bother? I get it. You may have tried to save and you were really diligent in it, and then you pretty much got slapped in the face because it all got wiped out. Don't stop. Don't stop. If you get derailed, that's the whole point of savings. This is something I had to teach myself early, something I have to tell myself all the time, because even though I may have money that's sitting there, I don't want to spend it. Like, I'm being honest with you. I have money that is meant for certain things, like sneakers. I might have money that's meant for eating out. I might have money, of course, that's meant for bills, and I might have money that's meant to go towards my dog because she always needs something. But even if I have money that's set aside for an emergency, I won't front. When that emergency comes, I still don't want to spend that money, but I damn sure am not putting it on a credit card if I don't ever have to. So you have to get into that mindset. Be grateful that you have it. Go ahead and spend it if it's an emergency and you need to spend it. That very next month that you can, just build that right back up and continue to keep chugging along. I think we become our biggest critics. Sometimes we're not self-aware enough, but a lot of times we are our biggest critics. So just take a step back. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you are saving already, awesome. Just continue to do that. Keep doing better. If you are not, you are going to probably have to make that very difficult step of putting saving at the top. So as soon as you get paid, before you do anything else, you need to save. And then you need to tackle those like immediate bills that you cannot pretty much neglect. And then you need to tackle the minimum debt payments, because if you sign on the dotted line, you really do need to make sure that you are trying to, actually pay it off. And then from there, you can take care of the rest. But I know that saving can be something that I harp on a lot in here. It's something that I have to get better about myself. It's something that I know a lot of young people and older people need to get better about. And it's a task I hope that you do take, upon yourself to do better with your income. So thank you so much for watching this video. As always, I truly appreciate you guys. Peace out.